Hello?
Yeah, are you able to hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. You can go ahead. You can share this thing.
Yeah, actually I wanted to like show my SQL workbench. Shall I share that first?
Yeah. So since our last meeting, whatever was discussed, you can
Yeah.
show that.
Okay. Is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah, so basically I've created two databases. This is database one and this is database two.
Mm.
Okay, and these are the two different schemas which I created. The first schema included only 1 minute, yeah. This includes only the resumes wala CSV file, and I took actually two CSV files from here. Like after discussion with you, the first CSV file, this one clean resumes, its capacity is 1000,
Mhm.
and this I generated using AI. उसके बाद these two resumes, like the generated resumes one, these are the capacity is 12,000 and 15,000 respectively. I got these data sets from Kaggle.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's all basically. And these were the queries I ran through these two databases. For the 15,001, some small like filtering queries I ran through it, and also for this one.
Mhm.
And then the second schema is this one, job portals. And this is a bigger schema because this was the question which was given last time. You had told me to create a schema based on job postings and job applications. So
Mm.
just a moment, I'll close this. Okay. So this contains around six tables, and I created like for few of these, I got the CSV file for resumes table. The capacity is 10,000. For the others, I couldn't find like appropriate CSV files anywhere online. So I generated these again, but I had to make sure like the foreign keys and everything was similar. So I had to do a lot of work here for the other five resumes. So all of these
Mm.
have like respective CSV files of their own. So the total capacity of this schema is 60,000.
Mhm.
So yeah, this is the database too. I created all of the different tables and I imported these CSV files into them with UTF
Okay.
encoding.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's all. Now I have to like run queries for these and like,
So let's do one thing. Open the feedback which I had given last time. Do
yeah.
you have it in your Word file somewhere?
Yeah, I've uploaded that on my task, like the drive folder.
Yeah, open it.
One moment. Is it visible?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this was the task list.
Mm.
The last one is only left. I've done the first four.
So let's go one by one, right? So create a data set in all possible sources. So what are the sources you think?
The sources, I've created a report for that as well, like all the different
No,
sources
no.
which I could. possibly find.
I am asking, what are those different sources?
Should I explain it again?
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Not only explain, you have to show me what are those different sources. Explain and show me.
Yeah. All right. Just a moment. Okay, so the sources which I basically ran through, there are like basically I searched this on Google and it showed me three different various sources for any data science based project. So the first one is
Mhm.
open source based, like open source resume sets or whatever. So इसमें you have different options. Like for example, there is GitHub data sets, you have Kaggle, you have LinkedIn open data sets, all of these kinds of things. So on GitHub, I tried to find a few,
Your
but I was
understanding is going wrongly. Maybe you are typing wrong prompt in the chat GPT. Okay.
this was the
So,
exact thing I typed.
no, so you have to give more information to get details. So here sources means first thing is the data, which data we are talking about. For example, let's say resume. Okay. So resume is stored where? Where do you store the resume?
Resumes are stored in all sorts of
Let's say
formats on the,
you are sending the resume to a company. That
yeah,
company, or you are uploading it in Naukri.com. So where do they store that your resume?
they must be storing it on their Google Cloud Drive or maybe their local drive. It depends.
Hmm. It could be a cloud, it could be a local drive. Local drive, it will definitely not be, but it could be some folder system or file system
If it's a
in the
smaller
server.
company, yeah, it could be a local drive as well.
Local company also will not store in, I mean, a small company also will not store in local drive. Local drive means it is yours. Let's say for it a personal, right? That is
All right.
called local. Hmm. Even if it is a small company, they will have a server. So it will be in the file system of the server.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to think like that. So right now, where you are storing the resume
In my system,
in the database table. Yes. You created a table called resume, right?
yeah,
So how you will store your say hundreds of people will send the Word file as a resume or PDF file, right? Normally,
yeah.
how do you create a resume? What is the format of the resume?
It's just general information about like the person,
No, no, no.
education, experience, and so on.
What is that file type?
It could
What
be
is the file type?
document,
What kind
it
of
could be document, PDF file type, one of these two,
PDF or Word file
usually.
normally,
Yeah,
right? So you have to store that PDF file. Okay. So
yeah,
you have created resume table. Go to your resume table in your
yeah.
database. So you can create another desktop, okay, and you should share the entire desktop so that you don't have to do the sharing and unsharing all the time.
Yeah.
Or else you can close all your personal applications and then share the desktop.
Is it visible?
Not this one. I'm saying the database.
Oh, the SQL one.
The database. So what is database? This is database.
No, should I share the SQL one?
Right.
Yeah,
So you have created a table called resumes. So
yeah.
how you will store the, let's say you have a Word file which you will send as a resume. How will you store it? in this resumes table?
So basically, multiple Word files or multiple PDF files will be sent to a particular organization, right? My
Hmm.
task is to basically create an ATS system which will remove keywords from all of those thousands or n number of
No,
resumes
no,
which
no.
are sent.
No, you are skipping my question.
Yeah, I'm coming there. Just a moment, please. So all of these
Hmm.
resumes are stored on a drive. It could be a cloud drive or wherever. Basically, we can easily store the resumes, and then
Hmm.
you use web scraping, or there's another algorithm which scrapes and removes all the important data from these resumes. So
Hmm.
it could be in that particular folder. We just feed that folder into the Python code, and it will remove all of the details of all the resumes which are stored there from that folder, and it will create a CSV file separately. So this is what I have done.
No, but we are not coming to that right now. So I'm asking, you are sending a resume to a
Yeah.
company. I'm just asking where they will store it. They will clean it, process it. That comes later. First, your resume should be stored somewhere, right? So now you have created this resume table. What you are storing in this table?
All the details
Open this
of,
resume table.
yeah,
What are the columns you have in this resume table?
one moment. These are the columns.
Resume ID, applicant ID, education, experience, skill, and all text. It does not work really. Okay, so that's fine. So, but it's a good try. That's fine. See, the resumes, whenever it's sent, normally it is a file. So it should be normally in a file system.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, when you keep it in a file system, you may have the reference values or metadata stored in database.
Okay.
Even if you have a resumes table, let's say, so normally what you will store is you may create a unique ID called resume ID for a candidate. So there will be a candidate ID, and the candidate ID is nothing but would be the user ID, let's say. Okay. One
Okay.
candidate ID will be mapped with the resume ID, and
Yeah.
resume ID will be mapped with the resume name
Okay. Can you
or
repeat
the
that
file
again,
name
please?
basically.
I'll just note it down.
One resume ID will be mapped with a candidate ID.
Yeah.
That is why we know that this resume belongs to this particular candidate.
Yeah.
And then the resume ID will be mapped to a file.
Yeah.
So we know this file or this Word file or this PDF file as a resume belongs to this particular candidate. And that file is stored in some file system or any cloud storage like S3 bucket, or it could be stored in the MongoDB also.
Okay.
Okay, in NoSQL database. So like that. So when you say that what are the different sources? So other day we discussed what are the different data you have, right? So
Yeah.
go back to your case study again and let's see what are the different data you have. You have here also you can see you have applications data,
Yeah.
right? So that is a job application.
Yeah.
And then you have the job posting data,
Yeah.
you have a company data, you have the job requirement or resume. So these all data are there.
Yeah. This was
So
given in the case study.
so basically at all, but you don't have the user data. Where is user data? Applicant data.
Applicant
First
data
one
is
is
there.
applicant.
Yeah. Yeah.
First one is applicant. Applicant. Okay.
Email,
So
phone,
normally we don't
location.
say it as an applicant. It should be a user data in general. Okay. So let's say now go back to the feedback.
What feedback?
That feedback last time which I gave.
Okay. The task list.
Mhm. Actually, task list is different, feedback is different. Okay. So task list should be the Excel file, not in this format. For that, I'm just open that Excel file, the Google Drive. So all the tasks which you do, you should mention here all the tasks. You did not update it, is it? You have,
Is it visible?
yeah, it is visible.
Okay.
So all the tasks what you do, you should mention here,
All right.
and also the time which you are spending. But the feedback which I am giving you, that you can maintain in maybe a Google Doc. So let's create one Google Doc called feedback in that folder.
Okay.
Go there to that Google Drive folder. Yeah, new and create one Google Doc file.
Yeah, is
Copy
it
that
visible?
feedback which I have given. Yes. Copy that feedback.
It's actually from my phone, so I'll copy it like after this meeting and do it.
Okay. Can you text it in WhatsApp and copy something like that? Because you want to go through them and you want to mark which is completed as green, not completed as red, something like that.
I'll try to. I don't know if it will work. Okay, it's working. Yeah.
So in the top, you write feedback hyphen and then the date when I get this feedback.
Yeah.
Can you zoom it a little bit, make it bigger? Okay, it's fine. So now in this, create a data set in all possible sources, right? So the data which we are talking about, so the resumes should be there in which sources? So let's say it could be any MongoDB or it could be S3 bucket. We will take two examples. So do you have any background about MongoDB and or AWS S3 bucket?
Not really.
Not right. So write one more section below and say feedback today's date.
Yeah.
Now write feedback number one. Explore AWS S3 bucket and prepare a presentation.
Okay.
And then next one is explore MongoDB and prepare a presentation. So you can take up some tutorial, have some basic understanding of that and prepare like what is it, why we use it, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, like that. In bracket,
All
you can
right.
write those points, what it is, then advantages, disadvantages,
Okay.
something like that, just for your reference. So these are mandatory. See, when you are a data analyst, means first you have to know where data is stored. You have to understand the system where data comes from,
All right.
right? So, like when you join a organization, and they will say that this data is in the S3 bucket. But if you don't know S3 bucket, how you will collect the data from there, or how you connect there, how you will process, how you will query.
Okay. I feel these are all different ways of storing data rather than sources because everywhere I looked for in ChatGPT or in Google, it showed me different locations where data is sourced from. So I think these are like more of methods of storing data.
These are not method. These are the source. This is the source where data is stored.
All right.
This is
Okay.
the location of data. So
Okay. Okay.
see, what is source? From where you get the data, that is your data
Yeah.
source.
Yeah. True. True. But I didn't get this information online. That's why I just asked.
Hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
So data source could be, there are so many. Okay, just a starting. I mean, so while you go through, you'll come to know. So these are the sources, and then other than that, those other tables, right? Instead of applicant, you can say users table, right? Where all types of users will be there. Applicant also will be there. Recruiter also will be there. HR also will be there. Engineers also will be there. Employee also will be there, right? So it should be common table where all users will be there. Hmm. Exactly.
Okay.
Then the
But
application
like,
tool.
no, no. But like, it's from the users, from the candidate's perspective, right? Because from the HR and from the company perspective, I've already created a table called companies and job description, and like there are two tables for that.
Hmm. So see, if there is a candidate, okay, someone is creating the jobs, someone is applying for the job, someone is reviewing for the job, someone is interviewing of the job. So there are so many users, right?
Yeah.
So for every type of user, will you create one table? One table for candidates, one table for interviewers, one table for people who are posting the jobs.
Yeah. That's what I've actually done.
You will not. No, you will not. So you will create only one table called user, and then you will have a column called user type. So user type will say what kind of user it is. Is the employer or HR who is creating the job? Is the applicant? Is the interviewer? Is the you know any person in the organization?
All right. Okay. So I have to like
So
change
that
the
is why
user table again and put all the data into one table.
yes,
All
not
right.
all the
Okay.
data. I mean all user data, user related information should be one table.
All right.
That will be the user profile basically.
Okay.
See that is why see you want to become a data analyst, so you have to understand data design, database design.
Yeah.
Correct. That is
Yeah.
why that exercise. So if you come back to this, so first thing is your data set in all possible sources. So first you have to know in which all places data might be stored, from where you have to collect the data.
Okay.
So that is been talked about in point number one, create a data set. So you have to know if let's say you have MySQL database, you have MongoDB, and you have S3 bucket. These are the three places where any organization is storing the data. So a data analyst definitely have to know how to create, edit, delete, query data in all those data sources.
Okay.
Are you getting the idea like how you need to
Yeah. Yeah.
proceed or progress?
Yeah. Okay.
So this is first point. Second point is come up with the design of a database for job requirements and posting. Okay. So now when you are storing the data in a, let's say now we'll talk about MySQL database. If you are storing data in MySQL database, then you need to know what all different tables are there where you will store the data.
Yeah.
And database design means you have to first give the specification of the table. What is the table name? What are the columns? What should be the size? What is the primary key? Is the value unique? Is it
Yeah.
nullable
That.
or not?
Yeah.
That is called database design.
Okay.
But
That
you
I've
have
done
not done that.
already.
Where?
It's there in the SQL workbench.
Show me.
Is it visible?
This is not database design. This is called query. So do you know the difference between database design and database query?
Yeah, like you're asking the whole schema diagram, right?
Yes.
All
So
right,
what
I'll
is
create
schema
that as
diagram?
well. I'll create that as well for this.
All right. So write down a task,
Yeah.
prepare the ER diagram.
All right. I basically just drew it myself. I didn't post it online.
Yeah, write down the comment, prepare ER diagram. Okay. So remaining points comes later, because until you, these are the preliminary and must to have, this 1 2 3, and in the previous feedback, first two lines, right? This is must to have. Until these two are completed, you cannot go for scale the system or another thing. Okay. So but you can definitely explore this one, different cloud services and cloud management, for cloud management. So that, but still we will come to that later. So first, these three things you complete.
All right. And scaling the system I've already done actually based
Okay,
on
we'll
data
come to that.
volume.
But see, that would be a completely unreasonable, because if you don't have the database design, if you don't have the data sources itself, how can you
Actually,
scale the
actually
system?
speaking, I do have the database design and I have done the project on one source. I have to do it on on two other sources. So like I've done the
Show me that.
scale.
Where is the database design?
I have drawn it. I'll just upload that in a while. But like I'm just saying, yeah, I've
Okay,
done that for like one source, which is MySQL.
okay,
I have to work on the other two sources, and the scaling part on data volume I've done for like up to 60,000.
okay. Yeah, so we'll do that. We'll go one by one. Okay. So if you are done, that is very good. Do it for the other two also. And then complete this 1 2 3, so that it will cover the first two sentences of last feedback. And then we'll move on.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. So in general, anything, any other thing you want to discuss, or any query for me?
No, not really. That's it.
Cool. So when do you think you can complete these things?
By the end of this week, I'll complete all the three.
Okay. So let me know once you are done. So let's target it. Today is what, Tuesday?
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. Wednesday. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Friday I can complete, or Saturday?
I'll try to do it by Friday or Saturday because I also have to work
Friday.
on the GitHub PPT.
GitHub. Hmm. That task I assigned to everybody.
Yeah,
GitHub.
yeah, it was assigned and we have to present it in the group in a few, like
Okay.
in 2 or 3 days.
Hmm. Okay. So that should be fine. Do both in parallel. It is important. And then let me know once you do that.
All right. And did you like go through the report for cloud services, for cloud management?
Those things, see, what I see, there are very basic gaps. Okay. So these three things are must to know before you go to any cloud services or other things.
Okay.
Hmm. So already see there, AWS S3 is nothing but the cloud service. So like that, there will be many other cloud services which are related to data.
For
So you
different
are touching
components
that
of the
already.
data set.
Not necessarily component, but it is based on the type of data, based on the volume of data, based on the age of the data. There will be different data storages in cloud.
Yeah, yeah, basic, yeah, true.
Hmm. So those all you will learn, but once you do these basic things, you will go to them. If you follow the steps or certain discipline, then it will be easy to learn. Okay.
All right, all right.
And not a struggle. Once you finish this, and when you learn the next step, it will be very easy for you.
All right, okay. So the PPT I have to record and upload, or should I present it?
Yeah, record it and upload it. So
All right.
you can prepare the PPT and drop me one message. Maybe I'll take a look. If I see any more information need to be updated there, I will confirm it. Once I confirm it, then you can record.
Okay.
Same thing for the all the 3 point basically. So third point also you can the diagram you can make and upload it, and then let me know. I'll review it once, and then when you are good to record, then you can record it.
All right, okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. And when you are preparing, doing the database design, whatever data sources are there, are you there?
Yeah.
So when you are designing the database design, right? So
Yeah.
first open the case study and show that these are the different data points or data objects which you have to store or you have to process them, right? Then you speak few words about it, that these which data might be there in which kind of data sources or locations. Okay, then you show the database designs, what are different tables you may need, column you need. In MongoDB, what should be the structure of the data, how you will store the resume. If you are using S3 bucket, how you will store the files.
Yeah, all right, all right.
Okay. So let's catch
But
up.
honestly, sir, like for me, I'm more like comfortable working with MySQL. So I will work on S3 bucket and MongoDB. But in the future, like as we move on with the project, because we have to show it in the college as well. So I'll be like primarily working on MySQL because I cannot like show all three.
No, but that you have to.
No,
See,
I
you are doing an internship. You are not doing a course on MySQL. See, one project or one cannot be done with MySQL only.
all right, okay,
See,
fine.
this is the difference. If you say you are taking a training only in MySQL, then you can do only MySQL. But you are doing an internship. I mean, that internship is nothing but you are executing one project. And that project is involved with multiple things.
All right,
And you don't have to learn everything in detail or something, but all basic or minimal thing which is required for that project, that you have to know.
all right, okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Anything else?
No, no,
Doubt?
that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Take care.